Everybody, so now we've got our controls in. What I want to do now is let's take a look at the icon set. We're going to utilize Font Awesome. And if you wanted to put icons in, you could do it without any fancy PHP or JavaScript. And I'll show you how to do that here if you're not familiar already. So instead of the the word start, let's go ahead and make an I tag, which used to be for italic and now it's not. Font Awesome kind of hijacked it. And we're going to give that a class. And Font Awesome first wants it to be cleared that it's going to be an awesome icon. So FA, kind of like we did down here for Bootstrap with the BTN. Next, we're going to pick the icon. It's going to be FA dash and then the name of the icon we're looking for. And in this case, we're going to use the play icon. So hit save, head over to our project and hit refresh. And there you go. There's our play button. It's pretty easy. Now, I went ahead and made a PHP function that does this a little easier. And this isn't necessary, but I figured give you a chance to see how you could utilize PHP and functions, and you could even do this in JavaScript if you wanted to also. So if you've already got functions.php open, go ahead and go over there or open it over here. In fact, I'm going to hide the finished product. There we go. All right, so let's start by making some PHP tags, which I note in GitHub. If you're using your local host, there's a good chance that short tags are not enabled. And for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use short tags. I find them very helpful. And unless you're using a really old version of PHP, you should be able to do them as well. And here we're going to use the short opening tag, which instead of doing PHP at the end here, we're just going to leave it as that, then do a closing one here. So this defines that we're going to do some PHP. And let's create our function. So we're first going to declare that we're making a function. And I'm creatively going to call this function I for icon, because I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, which is why I'm not even writing the word icon. Got the parentheses for properties, which we'll add in a second, and then our curly brackets. Give yourself some room. And this function is fairly simple to build, and it may seem like extra work for us only creating a couple of buttons, but you can reuse this function over and over in other projects, so it's kind of handy. It's a handy little tool. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to create a variable. We're going to call it icon. So equals, and we're going to make a string here. So inside these single quotes, build out one of these icon tags here. So I, and then a closing. And then let's go ahead and put in the class. So class equals, and then we want double quotes. Declare it as Font Awesome, and FA dash, and then here's where the function comes in. So we want to be able to create these icons dynamically. So we need to send this function a parameter, and we're going to call that parameter code for the icon code, whatever the code name is. So now whatever we pass through here can be available in here. So let's go ahead and break the PHP by doing a single quote, dot to concatenate, and we'll insert whatever the code is here, another dot to finish the concatenation, and single quote, and there our string is done. Slap a semicolon there at the end, and then all we need to do now is return the value of icon variable. Simple as that. So save this and give it maybe a comment. There you go. Save that again. Now we need to be able to make this available. Right now it's not part of our index here. So if we scroll all the way up to the top above the document type, Give yourself a line, and again using short tags, do an opening, say include, and in the parentheses here inside single quotes, functions dot php. And since we're doing short tags and we're just doing a one-liner here, we don't even need to close it with a semicolon. If you want to be proper, you can, but there you go. Save that, and now that function is made available to us. So down here where we did these, I'm going to show you another short code. So we'll go ahead and remove this icon code, start a PHP tag, equals, this stands for echo, and what we're going to do is run that function, and it's going to echo out what was returned. So I, parentheses, we need to send it the code, which is simply play, and then we can close that. Again, no semicolon needed because it's a one-liner. And that's a real sleek, clean way to not only toss out a quick font awesome icon, but write out a quick PHP echo. So now we can take this little snippet here and copy this, come down here to where our other controls are, replace the word stop, and simply put in stop as the code there, and then replace our X here, which the code for this, and you can go over to Font Awesome site and find the icons that you want if you prefer to use different ones that I'm using. We're going to use the times sign, which would be for multiplication, but in this case it's going to be just an X. Save that. Hop over to our project. Refresh. There you go. We got our nice fancy icons here showing up in our buttons.